Hello, all you amazing and wonderful Digimon masters. Welcome back to the channel, IStandAlone Gaming, and today we're going to be playing Digimon World 1. So we're going to be continuing our Throwback Thursday, where I play a bunch of older games that essentially got me into gaming in the first place. And Digimon World 1 was my first pick, so let's come right into it. In the last episode, we obtained Agumon, Palmon, and Coelamon from to get them to come back to the Digimon village here. But with that being said, we're going to continue along with our journey. Before we jump into anything too serious, I want to mention that there is another way to save other than sleeping, which is this machine right here. It's in Digimon's house, and all you gotta do is select it, hit yes. It'll tell you what Digimon you have, because you can also battle. Back in those days, it was split screen, but you could pretty much load up two files and have them battle each other. So that was pretty cool way back in that day. But with that being said, we are going to continue along with our journey with Agumon here. We're going to try to obtain Greymon. And then I'm undecided whether I want to get Metal Greymon or Skull Greymon. Always enjoyed both characters. So I'll tell you what, if there's people that want to see one more than the other, go ahead and leave a comment, and whichever one gets the most comments, I will Digivolve into. But with that being said, we have a few things left to do. To get Greymon in the first place, we have to get our weight up to at least 25. I would like to get it up around 30. Our stats are looking pretty decent, but I think we have to train offense and make sure it's higher than our brains, because our brains is one of the higher ones right now. So if we go to our player, we go to chart here, select Agumon, and as you can see, he can Digivolve into 6 different Digimon. So each one has their own stats and requirements that they need, but essentially I'm pretty sure Greymon needs its highest stat to be both health and offense. I'm not 100% sure on the health, but I want to say I'm like 95% sure offense has to be highest. So we're going to train our offense just a little bit. Also to kill a little bit of time, because the next thing I want to do is based off a certain time. So let's go ahead and do 1 or 2 trainings. I'm sure he's going to have to eat. Yep. Go ahead and give him a giant one, boost his weight up a little bit. We're going to try to give him a giant one every single time until he evolves. If it comes to day 3 and he's still under 20 weight, I will probably try to force feed him. Another bonus condition for Greymon is if you can get his discipline over 90, which is essentially almost a full bar. So if we can get the bottom bar down there to the right, all the way maxed out to where the whole bar is blue, then we should have an added bonus or an added chance to get Greymon. Happiness isn't as important, but always like a happy Digimon. I mean, who doesn't? Oh no, we made him sick. So I'm pretty sure if he's tired, like if he just got tired, it's not a care mistake. But if you try to train while he's tired, that is definitely a care mistake. So what we're going to do here to get rid of his tiredness is go ahead and rest up at Digimon's house. And in order to do that, all you have to do is talk to this guy, covers some HP, and lets you rest. So that should cure our tiredness. Now, if you keep training and keep trying to have him do stuff while he's tired, I'm pretty sure you can also evolve that buff into sickness. And that's not fun either, especially if you don't have something to cure it. Definitely not fun. But anyway, with that being said, we are at the time that I needed. So let's go ahead down this direction. And we're going to go head towards the bridge over here. They did mention it. We don't have it unlocked yet, but fortunately, Coelamon ate away that passage over there, and we could travel back and forth between. Of course, we get into battle. See what we can do. We just boosted his attack a little bit, so hopefully we should be alright. I do not think we have any more healing items left. It does not look like it, so hopefully we can stay out of trouble enough and do some damage. If we have to run, we'll run. We shall see. For some reason, he keeps switching targets like a dumb person. Dumb Digimon. No, I'm just kidding. No, he will eventually get more brains, and you can determine who he gets to attack and stuff later on in the game. But as for now, he just kind of does his own thing, and sometimes it's not for the best. Alright, with that being said, I'm pretty sure, yeah, he just dropped a recovery item for us. Oh, we got 2 of them. Nice. We are not going to use them currently. Another hour or 2, Coelamon should want to sleep. Of course, he's tired again, but there he is asleep. But we're not going to sleep just yet. We're going to go down this way, avoid this fight. Run down this way. Now, the reason we had to make it, or avoiding his sleep, is because the person that we're looking for can only be out at this time of day. So he's out at this time of day or in the early morning, but it's already evening now, so we're going to go ahead and do it now. So if we come down here, you can see a shadow, and there's a little cutscene once you try to walk by. Hey, are you a human? I am Coelmon. Coelmon? Coelmon? Somebody tell me in the comments. Coelamon? Sounds about right. The fish Digimon. Did you come to see me? I always called him Coelmon, but like I never really thought about his pronunciation. But now I'm gonna look like a jackass on YouTube, so it is what it is. Yes, we all looked over. Haha, is that so? The bridge upstream is broken, and you want to go across, right? I see. Fine. I will help you. Thanks, man. You're the best. And just like that, we get to jump on some fish. This world needs more teamwork. Let's meet again. Thanks. Reminds me of like finding the email. So anyway, now that we crossed, let's go ahead and get our beauty sleep in. Or Coelamon will have our heads, for sure. And there's a few things we want to do while we're over here. So we're going to first off save. I like to save it every time I sleep. It's not necessary, but back in those days, your PlayStation used to freeze on you a lot. Or at least it did it for me. You know, I was really young. I didn't take care of a lot of my systems way back then. And let's just say some of my CDs didn't look the best. And there was no easy way of making them work again. And usually they'll come with some hiccups. But yeah, I just got so used to being in the habit of saving as much as possible. And now that I'm getting older and I'm playing stuff on the PC a lot, sometimes I kind of break that habit, and usually at that time is when the game will mess up and usually destroy all my save. So all we got to do is talk to Betamon here. He's going to say he used to live in the city, and then he left and lost his memory, but thanks to you, I remember everything now. And now he goes back to the city and helps us out. I'll try my best. And simple as that, we have another new Digimon joining the city. If only they could all be that easy. We'd have this done in no time. There is one more thing we could do while we're over here. I highly do not recommend doing this if it's your first playthrough. If I fail the first time, I might not even do it. I'm just going to try it once, and if we succeed, then we succeed. If not, then... oh boy. Might be a care mistake. Well, let's find out. Trespasser alert. I will shoot. So first things first, if you double back at any time, he will literally shoot you in the face. If you extend your travel and run too far up one path, he will again shoot you in the face. We're going to go ahead and try to give Agumon a small recovery here. He took it without a hitch. And we're going to try to go for the circle. We need to be at the circle here. So it hits us for 418. Oof. So, fortunately, it does not kill you. So that's good to know. But it does drop your HP all the way down. So as you can see, he's at 1 HP. And essentially, you could try this again and again. Oh, maybe not. I thought for sure, even though you had 1 HP, you could keep going, but guess not. So let's go ahead and toss a small recovery on our bad boy here. And if we can't make it this time, we'll call it quits. Let's take the same path. Chances are it's not the middle door again. So let's find out. Get an autopilot right there. And we are correct this time. Look at that. Try and try again. You may succeed. And just like that, we get Centarumon. It's amazing that you made it through the forest. I am Centarumon. I'm sorry for what I did. I didn't test you for fun. I want to work with you. Go on. I'll stay in the city and wait for you. So he goes from shooting you in the face to literally joining the city. I think we're getting pretty famous. Let's keep it up. I did not know it automatically made you run into the next zone. We are about to get wrecked. Oh, maybe not. Cool. Do not walk any further. I'm not going to give away who attacks you, but you get attacked. You go through that. And we only have a rookie Digimon at the time. Once we evolve to Greymon, maybe we will be back. But for now, we're just going to head back. So there's one more Digimon I can get while we're here. He's really easy. As long as we don't get attacked. We don't really have the health items right now to deal with a bunch of fights, so we're gonna try to skip as many as possible. But we got one more guy we can go pick up, and then we have to go to a different location to progress a different area before we can come back here. Mainly because in this game, like it's not very big. It's not like super huge. Don't get me wrong, it's not like tiny either, but for like PS1 at that time, it was pretty big. But how they handle it is like you have to achieve certain scenarios and like make certain things happen before you can progress into a separate area. So in that aspect, that's pretty much how most of the game works. You have to achieve certain statistics or points, and then something else opens up. You get to do that, and then that'll again open up something else. So it's pretty cool. Always liked how they had it set up in this. But anyway, we're gonna come over here and talk to Bakemon. Bakemon? Who knows? Pronunciation, right? Looks like he's asking something. So all we have to do here is say yes. He's gonna laugh at us. Baki. Say yes again. He's gonna yell at us like we're crazy. Baki. And then we say no. Now, I'm pretty sure if you have a Bakemon, you can actually understand what he says. I've never actually gone through and evolved a Bakemon to find out, but that's what I've heard, so. At one point in this game, I did evolve almost every Digimon. That was way back when. Oh man, I should have ran. I got distracted. Let's see what we can do. I think we're gonna get messed up here though. They got Magma Bomb and a few other moves that can wreck us. So I think we might end up running from this. We only have 501 health. Let's run. It's unfortunate, but running is not a care mistake. So, however, we are stuck here. But if you remember, we picked up that autopilot, and an autopilot's really nice because it'll take us right back to File City. Now, the only downside to running, though, there is a downside, don't get me wrong. If you look at our happiness and discipline, our discipline went down. We're going to go ahead and scold this dude once. We're going to try to give him... Oh, man, let's try to give him an MP chip. Ooh, I don't think I want to do that yet. Might mess up our Digivolution. Let's go down here. We're going to see Betamon, who joined our city. And we're going to ask him what he's doing here. And just like that, he says he's opening up a shop. He's got some goods. Let's go ahead and buy some from him. So we're going to buy a bunch of small floppies. And if you'd like, you can also buy the small meat. We're not worried about the small meat. Luckily, Agumon's weight's almost 19. Or it is 19. I meant to say almost 20, but my mouth works faster than my brain sometimes, and that's just how things work. So this is what we were looking for. He says no. You can scold him. And as you can see, my discipline and happiness goes up when you can scold him after trying to give him an item. Now, there is a little trick where if you walk a few more steps, it kind of like readjusts whether he wants to take an item or not. And sometimes he'll say no again. And then you can scold him again and get the bonus yet again. See, just like this. And now this is a very nice way to get both his happiness and discipline up. Now, if you don't feed it to him and you walk away a little bit more, sometimes you can also get him to do it again without actually giving him the item. Doesn't always work, but it is a nice little trick to know, especially if you are on like your last day of digivolving somebody and he's giving you a hard time. All you gotta do, try to feed him an item. So we're gonna leave him where he's at right now, but we do have a bonus objective of getting him to 90 discipline. So anyway, let's continue on. Our next side of the journey, our next portion of the journey is going to be to the left side of File City here, or the west side, depending on how you look at it, but they don't exactly tell you which side is north, so I don't really want to say north, because for all I know, we're heading north now, even though it looks down on my screen, if you know what I mean. Only way to know for sure is if you have a compass, but in all intents and purposes, we're heading west. So this is our next part of the journey here. Stanley says drill tunnel. I don't know if he actually says it or if he just says it in his inner dialogue, or it's kind of weird to just talk to yourself. Look who's talking. Anyway, we come through here, and the first thing you have to do, and this is one of the reasons we trained up our speed, one of the things you have to do is come over to this side, and you have to do this first, I believe. So you talk to this guy, he's losing his mind. It's hot, do something. What's going on? It's too hot, I can't take it anymore. And he attacks you. Now, Digimon is actually a champion, so he does have a decent amount of health for this early in the fight, but our speed should be more than enough to make sure that we attack first. And Spitfire is like one of the quickest attacks in the game, so as you can see, we're just kind of lighting him up. So as long as we can keep up the pressure on him and he doesn't actually get a hit in, we should be just fine. Get him! Get him, Augie! We're gonna call him... I kind of want to get him, Digimon. Call him Mr. Thickums. I think you can only have 6 letters as your name, though, unfortunately. I would totally do that. Yes, sir! Alright, and just like that, look at all them stats we got. It's pretty nice. get bits, and we learned Sonic Jab. So we didn't actually get hit with the move, so that's interesting to know, that you can learn the attack just as long as he casts it. I got weird because of the heat. I know it's hot, but be cool, man. The more we dig, the hotter it gets. The tunnel is in a volcano. I don't think it's the only reason. Maybe there's a fire nearby. I don't got a choice. I must bear this heat and keep on digging. We'll check out the cause. It'd be great if we could get the tunnel. Great if the tunnel goes through. Poof. Talks like that. You are a nice guy. I'll hurry and dig this tunnel in no time. You better. We'll be back. Whoop that ass again. So Sonic Jab is actually a pretty good attack. We're going to go ahead and put it on. It's a little bit cheaper than Spitfire, but it also requires short range. But it is pretty quick, just like Spitfire, and it's a cheaper MP cost. So we'll hold on to that for now, until we get something better at least. So now that we defeated Digimon, we're allowed to come over this direction. So once you come over to this direction, if you come over here before you defeat Digimon, you will not get to rest this side over here. So you come over here, there's another Digimon here, and you go ahead and talk to him. This tunnel hasn't been opened yet. Don't get in our way. I'm sorry, do you know when it will be open? I don't know. It will take a while. That's a problem. Can we help? Are you trying to steal our fun? Maybe you can carry dirt. What is it? What is the dirt? I dug up that dirt. You can carry it out and dump it. I'll dump it, alright. It's a hard job, so I'll pay you 500 bits for each round trip. This will make digging go faster, I can make money, and it's good training. Okay. And just like that, he offered us a job. So, the first time you have to do it at least once. Highly recommended. And after the first time you do it, the tunnel will eventually open after, I think it's 3 days. Don't quote me on that, but I know it's a while. However, if you do this training or dump dirt 10 times, you can progress the tunnel to whenever you're done with the 10th trip. So we're going to do a few. I'm pretty sure if you do like 4 or 5, you can get your time down to like a day or 2. But essentially it takes time. Unless you do all 10 on day 1, which is almost nearly impossible anyway. It takes about a half hour to do a round trip of dumping dirt. And I highly recommend making sure that you are prepared for your Digimon wanting to take a poop. Because you cannot leave the tunnel while you have this basket on, for starters. So if you get caught in the middle of your training, so to speak, and he has to poop, you will definitely poop in the tunnel. So I would do like 1 or 2, wait a little bit, see if he's got a poop, and then there is a shit box or a toilet, and that's what I was afraid of. So let's rush. We need, I think you have about an hour, but man, we're gonna be fucking cutting it close. So let's go ahead and rush. I did create a save state, but I don't want to be that guy that's like, man, I got a save state at least. I want to be able to get Greymon without it, you know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure we're allowed to get 1 care mistake, but let's definitely try to get him out to the toilet ASAP. It's kind of funny how it just shows up right when I'm talking about it, though. Like, ugh. Come on, talk to me. Alright, so cool. We're done with that. Man, it's going to be a close one. The toilet's not close. I'm pretty sure we still have a half hour before he shits on the floor. But if he does shit on the floor, come on, move. Man, And it's going to be definitely cutting it close. Let's see if I can make it in time. I don't think I'm going to make it. Alright, just one more screen we got to go through. Come on, Augie, hold it. Hold it in. Hold it in, Augie. We're almost there. He's going to shit right in front of the toilet, I swear to God. So that's like this is like the interesting part of the game, though. Like, you sometimes have to, even though we made it, like, if you could see, like, if it was any closer, like, we would have definitely shit on the floor. And that's a care mistake, 100%. So if you're looking for a certain Digimon, you cannot shit on the floor at all. Secondly, if you shit on the floor too much, bad things do happen. I'm not going to give away the secret, but bad things do happen eventually. And it's just not something you want to deal with. I mean, maybe you do. I mean, maybe you do. You know what I mean? I don't know. But I'm going to go ahead and do a couple more of these real quick. He just got done shitting. We can feed him at any time, so I'm not really worried about him feeding. So we should be able to get 3 or 4 done. I'm probably going to go ahead and skip through. And I will see you guys in a second. Alright, so after a few more times, I think we did it a total of 4 times, you'll come up to Digimon, and he'll tell you that your Digimon looks tired. So we did it about a total of 6 times altogether today, which is pretty nice. It means we only should have 4 left. But just like regular training, your Pokemon, your Digimon can get tired, and just like that, you have to either run back to the town and rest up, or if it's about that time for you to go to sleep, you could go to sleep real quick, bang out the rest of them as soon as you wake up. But we're gonna head back to town because I just remembered that we forgot to pick up our giant meat, so we're gonna go head back to town, rest up real quick, and we will pick up our meat and then make a trip back here, because I'm going to go ahead and just bang out all 10 of those, and I'll show you what is behind door number 1. Alrighty, we made it back into the town without any trouble. We didn't get into any fights or nothing like that, so we're going to go ahead. Centar Clinic. So this guy just opened up a clinic after shooting us in the face, and you go ahead and talk to him. Hello, Stanley. Surprised. I opened a clinic. It's for treating sickness and injuries. It's not free, but it will be cheap. Your Digimon looks fine. What do you need? You liar. The other guy said I was tired. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and say get rid of his tiredness. Augie is tired, even though he just said it was fine. We should rest now. That's what we're here for. Let's go ahead and rest up. Bada bing, bada boom. Agumon's back. And now he wants to sleep, of course. But before he does that, we have to go ahead and collect our food. Now, not letting him sleep will be a care mistake if you let it linger long enough. But typically, I think you can let it linger for like an hour or 2 before it actually becomes a care mistake. I definitely wouldn't want to push your luck past an hour, though. So first thing we want to do, talk to this guy. Ever been to the Great Canyon, which we have not technically yet? Rumor has it there is an invisible bridge there. So it's very important that you talk to this guy first. For reason being, as I mentioned before, you have to do one thing before you can do another. And that is one of those triggers that you have to actually talk to him and find out about the bridge before you can actually access the bridge. So let's go ahead and save and go here. Now at this rate, Augie is age 3. So he should actually be digivolving today. So we're going to have to bulk him up. We just got a bunch of money from doing those digging adventures. So let's go ahead and buy some more meat. We also picked up extra meat because we just slept. So it is a new day. But let's buy a bunch of them. Now the only downside to giving him extra meat is that it will take away his discipline. So let's go ahead and see if we can get one of these small recoveries to not be eaten, like so. And we're gonna scold. Now his discipline is getting up there, so he's probably going to start taking these with no question. So we might have to rely on other ways. We could just scold the crap out of him, bring his happiness down, which, I mean, sucks. So let's go ahead and scold the crap out of him. Yes, yes, yes. Now, in my opinion, discipline is the harder to get up or to get maxed out. Reason being is every time you feed him or let him take a poop and stuff like that, his happiness actually goes up on its own. So, you know, it's just one of those things. But like I said, we also have to force feed him, and we only need 90. So let's go ahead and give him 2 of our meats. Each one of these is 2 pounds. So we'll give him 2 of these, and we'll see if he gets hungry later, and that should put us at our 26. But even with that being said, even though our discipline came down a tiny little bit, it should still be over 90. So we have a few more things that we got to do. I want to finish up that tunnel, so I'm going to go head back to the Digimon. We shouldn't get in any fights, but I'll definitely let you know if I do, or I'll show you if I do. But we're going to run back to him, finish that up, and then I will show you what's behind the tunnel that he's working on. Alright, so as you can see, this should be our last pan of dirt here. It definitely is. I can see the pile disappeared. But with that being said, I highly recommend actually doing this. I know it's very tedious and time consuming, and it's not nearly as easy to do as training, but if you really think about it, you could do 2 of these in a... Of course he's got to poop now. You could do 2 of these runs very quickly in an hour. So if you do it really quickly, you could definitely get through, bang it out, get 2 of these done in an hour. Now, if you think about it, every hour you do training, or every time you do a training, it's an hour in game every time. So essentially, you're getting 20 plus stats doing this dirt pile as compared to doing an actual training session, because you're getting 5 attack, 5 defense, and you're also getting 50 HP. So with that being said, definitely recommended doing it. You could do, like I said, you could do bang out 2 of those in an hour, and hopefully we can make it to the bathroom in time. I mean, if we don't get Greymon, it's not the end of the day, but I would really like to. So, I mean, we'll see. Pretty sure you can still get decent Digimon with Centarumon, but I kind of want to be able to choose between Metal Greymon or Skull Greymon, but we shall see. I'm pretty sure we can get 1 care mistake, but I'm always kind of like iffy about it, because you don't want to, like, maybe you get a care mistake without knowing it, you know what I mean? So I'm always a little iffy when it comes to that. But anyway, as I was saying, I highly recommend actually doing it for a few reasons. You get the 50 HP, which, I mean, I know the stats don't sound that great, but if you think about it, and you're training your attack, right? It takes an hour. You only get 8 attack, and I think it's like 2 speed. So you're getting 10 stat points. But you're getting 10 stat points from doing 1 of the pan, or doing the dirt, but you're also getting the 50 HP as a bonus. Now, on top of that, you're also getting 500 bits. So you're also making money. You're training your Digimon, and you're clearing out the tunnel. So there's 3 things that you're literally doing at the same time, whereas training is just training. You're not getting any bits from it. You're not getting any of the other bonuses from it. Definitely recommend it, especially if the Digimon you're aiming for needs health and attack, which Greymon does. So, you know, it's beneficial in like 4 or 5 ways to make sure that you're doing the dirt pile. So, I mean, highly recommend doing it. But anyway, once you finish doing or delivering all the dirt, all you have to do is walk out and walk back in. But of course, we had to poop, right? So anyway, if you walked out and walked back in and you didn't have to poop, all you have to do is come back in here. I just like saying poop. I'm sorry. It was always like one of the funniest things. Like when you're, you know what I mean? When you're like 8 and you're just watching a Digimon shit on screen, like it doesn't beat the nostalgia. But anyway, at some point, this opens up pretty much after you either do all 10 of those dirt trips or 3 days, whichever comes first. And he goes, shoot, we hit a big rock. I can't drill through. He goes, you can't. Oh, no. Then he's going to end up asking Bakemon for help. Now, unfortunately, it has nothing to do with his actual strength or anything like that. Pretty much any rookie Digimon cannot move it. If you evolve or digivolve into your champion Digimon by now, you can move it. So if you wait the 3 days, you'll probably be evolved anyway. But as I said, Coelamon should be evolving very shortly, but we shall see. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and end the episode here, and we will save our evolution for the next episode. So with that being said, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. If you want to see more content or content similar to this, please subscribe to my channel. But with that being said, thank you for your time, thank you for watching, and I really hope to see you in the next video. Take care.